Good morning. Happy Saturday. Okay, so sorry I wasn't on yesterday. I am Sharisa, for anybody who doesn't know me, and I am a unique presenter. Everything that I'm using in this video is a unique product. So my video from the other day, I did just the basics, primer, and then I used the blending buds right here to show how I used my BB cream and how I apply it that way. So I'm going to go ahead real quick and just pin my website while any of you are popping on. And I'm going to fix this light real quick. Hopefully that helps a little bit too. A little more daylight in here today. Okay, so go ahead and feel free to invite any of your friends. That button is right down in the corner. And I really appreciate it. Any shares, likes, and follows really help me out. So today we're going to do contouring and highlighting. I'm kind of just doing the next step of the process of what you would do after applying your foundation or BB cream, whatever it is that you prefer to use. Okay. See if I can, that's not how you spell that. Okay, I think that's right. So I'm just going to pin this real quick. And we are good to go. Oh, and I'm going to have Kitty on video with me because he's coming over to say hi. This is my Chase. This is my Kitty. Oh, baby boy. You want to be on video today? His brother's hiding out somewhere else. You can't sit on my lap right now, though, but you can hang out right here next to me. There you go. Okay. So I went ahead and I already put on my BB cream. And I used the shade Honey. Whichever way that's better. Don't mind my hair. I just dried it, but it's not complete yet, so don't judge. So I went ahead and used my Glorious Primer, my BB cream, and I applied mine with my contour brush and my blending bud. I like to use both, personal preference. I think the process is maybe a little bit quicker. I'm just going to kind of get this out of my face. Eyebrows, I used the color Prim. And I used my Brow Obsession palette in the shade Blonde. Absolutely love this. Ladies, I'm telling you, if you don't have it, I know it's a little scary at first, but once you play around with it and the wax that's right here on the end, I absolutely love it because it'll keep my brows in place all day. They're pretty much even. I mean, I probably need to brush them out a little bit, but they're still, I like to kind of let them sit and then I'll mess with them after and put my powder right on top. Okay. So let's get right into it. You have options, tons and tons and tons of options when it comes to contour and highlight. You can use eyeshadows, you can use blush, you can use highlighters, you can use highlighting cream to shadow sticks. I forget about these all the time, which are really great and super easy for anybody on the go or is not maybe familiar with contour and highlight. These are our duet sticks. I have two different shades just because depending on how tan I am. This is the, which one is this one? This is the medium shade, and then that's for your contour, and then it's got your highlight on the other end. But I really like the light. I think mine broke, but maybe gentle here. Yeah, mine got stuck up in the top, but I like the light end on this one. This darker side's not quite dark enough for me. So you can use those. Another personal preference that I really like is to buy one of our Touch powders, and I just purchase it in a darker shade, like this. And I've been really liking to use this on the bottom, and then, oh, probably not Malibu, that's a little too dark right now. We'll probably go with Hermosa. No calls right now, I'm busy. So I'll use this as my bottom and then put this on top just to kind of give it that little bit of extra sun-kissed look. And for a highlight today, I think I am going to use the light shade that's in the duet stick. If not, you can also use a lighter BB cream. Options are open. Okay, so let me find the brush that I want to use today. I like to use a bunch of different ones. Just use whatever really works for you. The other day, I only had this brush with me, and I used it for everything, and my makeup was amazing. So I'm probably going to use that as well. All right, let me just move this over on the side. A little bit of coffee. And a voicemail. Okay, so I'm going to go in first with that darker shade. Where did I put you? Maybe. Oh my goodness, where did I put it? Oh, it's stuck under here. Okay, so I'm going to go in, I think this is called Chanelli. I don't know, something. You can see it right there. It's backwards, but you can get the gist of it. Okay, so for highlighting and contour, you want your dark, I'm going to take these off so we're going to be blind for a minute. You want your dark to be through here. And then your highlights, think about where the sun, I feel like I have cat hair on me now. I feel, just go where the sun's going to hit you. So your forehead, down through here, and a little bit on the lower end, and then I like to do dark underneath. So we'll just go in first with, that's the medium, that might work. Decisions. I really don't think I can use this one because I don't think I'm going to be able to get that out right now. Alright, so we're going to go in with the light shade here. And I'm really just going to come under. These are really creamy. I don't even know if this is going to be light enough. Just kind of come right in under here, and I like to do it in like a triangle. So pretty much we're going to look like we're doing face paint right now. Right up underneath your eye. I like to do a little bit right here. A little flower sprouting out of my head here. A little bit down my nose. And I'm not going to use the other cream side today, just to kind of show you a whole bunch of different ways that you can do this. I'll let that sit for a minute. We're going to look crazy. And you don't need a lot of this. And this is going to go right in between. Ooh, I'll break it off. And I like to go right through here. You can bring it up over top of your head. I don't really have a big forehead, but I kind of like to bring that color up above anyway. Just not as dark in the center. Bring it down on the sides so it all connects together. And don't worry if it's a little dark or a little light. You're going to fix that with your powder at the end. So this is how crazy we look right now. But we are going to blend it all out. So these are really, really creamy. So I'm going to use my little sponge for that. And then I'll probably use a different brush for the darker. But we'll see. So we're just going to take your little blending bun. Mine is dry. And we're just going to do that same process and press it right into your skin. And look at how that just lightens right up underneath your under eye. And I always like it to be really light underneath my eye, just because it gives that extra pop, and I feel like it makes me look really wide awake. And bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for the day. Okay, so I'm just going to go through where I put my highlight first, just so I don't mix that other color on to my blending mud. And we did one right through here. I'm just pressing it right in. And poke yourself in the eyeball. Wouldn't be a complete day of makeup if I didn't poke myself in the eye. Okay. And then right here, we're going to do the same thing. And I kind of like to press, but I'm going to also press it and kind of pull it upward, because I want it all to blend together. But I'm really just pressing it in. Avoid the eyebrows, because we already did those. We don't want to do them again. I never ever thought I would get eyebrows down. I just was like, that's not something. It's kind of like wing eyeliner. I really need to practice doing a wing liner. Oops, and dropping stuff. But honestly, I can pop my brows on now in like 2 minutes. And if I really am in a hurry, I don't even use my brow obsession palette. I'll just grab the Prim. Okay, let me grab my other. Hi, Kimmy. So we're doing the contour part today, so I look a little crazy right now with I didn't blend in the darker. I'm blending in all the spots that I put the light shade right now. And we're just pressing everything in. Blend, 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 blend. How are you this morning, babe? You can see though, even just by turning, even though I haven't blended that in, you can see where all the light parts are. And then now I'm just going to take the same blending bud and we're going to go ahead and blend out our darker color. And then I'm going to show you how I pop, because I'm extra. You could leave it just like this and make it super easy. And like I said, you could just grab a brush and do the same thing. Yeah, okay, all you missed was I started from just placing the contour and highlight where you go, and I told you different ways and all the different items that you can use to choose for that, but you can go back and watch that after. So I'm just blending out the highlight and contour right now. I'm great. I'm waiting. Dad and Maureen are on their way. We're going to go to a truck show today up at the Saratoga Fairgrounds. We go to been going for the past few years, except for last year they couldn't make it, but we still went. I really like that they have a flea market there. Shocker, right? Shopping. You know, I love my bargain deals. Okay, so I'm going to take my glasses off for just a second here again. And you can see when I turn to the side, I'm pretty blended out, I think. And it's not too harsh, but you can see I have a little dimension to my face. I'm not just all one shade. But I want a little bit more. My contour skills need help. That's right. It's all about practice. And I don't think you have one of these yet. You might want to invest in one of the duet sticks. I showed that as an option too. You have a light end for your highlight, and they're cream, and then a dark end for your contour. And you just pop these on. Actually, I'm going to use that medium shade again a little bit more. So I didn't use this one yet, actually. So I'm just going to pop a little more in here, because I want that to be stand out just a little bit more. I used the light shade under my eyes and for all my highlight areas, and then I just took a darker color in the pressed powder, and I used that as my contour as well, and then I'm going to pop on one of the highlights in front of it, or on top of it, because I'm extra, and you know I love all that. Yes, always love a good bargain. I find really great stuff there too. I love it. Every year I've gone, I've found awesome things. Stephen King book 1 year, nice hardcover. What else did I find? You can always just take if you need a little more. I just want a little more color through here. Just gonna blend that out. Oh, that was Maureen, 11, 11, 15. Easier to probably use that than a bronzer with a brush. You get a little bit better placement, and you don't, this is going to pull up any excess product that you might not want. I did put on this the first time with just a angled brush like so, just to kind of place where I wanted it like this, and I'm going to go back over that with that other highlight in a second. But when you want like a real deep contour, you can do something like this. Using something like this, you're still going to get that, but this has half is solid and half has a little sparkle to it. So if you just want a matte color without sparkle, you can just use a darker shade of your powder. So just keep blending. Yes, more defined. Absolutely. And you know, I like mine to be a little more defined. So I'm going to go in now with, what do we say? I'm going to use Hermosa, because I think the other one's going to be too dark. And I'm going to just use the same brush, and I'm just going to kind of dip into my powder here. Oh, I can't see in that. There's no mirror. And I'm going to go right over and just I'm kind of pressing the brush in, almost like using it like I would the blending bud. Just to really press it in and get it into my skin, and then I'm going to go back over it with the blending bud. I need a little bit more of this. So if you sucked in your cheeks, that's where your contour is going to go, and your highlight's going to go on top. And I'm going to add more highlight as well. And I'm not adding any more product in here. I'm just using what's on it to kind of bring that over on top of my forehead, because I don't want my forehead to be as dark as my side of my cheekbones. Okay, and then I'm going to take that same Hermosa color and I'm going to bring it right underneath. And don't forget to blend it down. And I want it to be a little more stand out and harsh right now. I guess harsh looking, because I'm going to go back over it with a pressed powder to make it more of a matte finish, and I want that to really stand out. So that even when I've blended it all out, when I turn, you can still see that I have a contour on my face. So it really just gives you a different cheekbone, or defines your face a little different than it would without it. Okay. I can't see anything. Okay. You need brushes. Yes, brushes are like huge. Your tools are extremely important. You know, let me find a little hair clippy. This piece of hair. My hair is all over the place right now because I just dried it. But all of a sudden, just by adding that on, we gave ourselves definition. Yes, it looks like I was playing outside in the dirt right now. But once we go ahead and pop our next thing on top, it's going to blend that all out in a minute. So I'm just going to take that blending bud. I'm going to switch to the bigger one just to get a little more surface area. And I'm just going to blend this in. Hi, Kristen. Good morning. Where's my baby? And I'm really just doing the same thing. I'm just pressing in. So it's keeping that right where I placed it. But any excess product or anything is going to come off onto here and not stay on our face where we don't want it. So it's going to give you a really defined, what's the word I'm looking for? Smooth overall finish. So pretty much we're using all powders right now. And now we look like we've been out and kissed by the sun. Okay, so highlight. You can use your cream to shadows. So this goes on as a cream and dries as a shadow. You can just pop it on your face like this. You can put it on a brush, whatever you want. We also have, what one do I want? This is lustrous. I really do like this. I think I might use this one today. I think I'm going to mix this in with Benevolent. Here's Benevolent. I'll show you them if I can get it open. Good God. Holy moly. Okay, so here's the difference. Benevolent is much more of just a highlight. Almost looks like